Terry Crews. Inspirational thoughts. He is American actor, television host, and former professional football player. Born on July 30, 1968, in Flint, Michigan. The spotlight shines brightest on those who seem to have captured it all. Imagine an individual a titan screen, a sculpted monument to peak physical conditioning. A face synonymous with laughter and charisma. He possesses the perfect smile, the formidable physique, the wealth, the fame. He is, to the outside world, the very embodiment of the high-value man. He is applauded, adored, a blueprint for success. He has it all, or so it seems. Hold on, before we unlock the real power of semen retention, hit that subscribe button and join our Telegram channel. Link in description. We drop daily wisdom, success tools, and energy secrets only shared there. Don't watch from the sidelines, become part of the movement. But what if I told you this rock of a man, this icon of strength, was secretly drowning? What if the same discipline that carved his physique failed him utterly in the silent corners of his private life? There is a darkness that does not announce itself with outward signs of poverty or disarray. It nests in the mansion, it contaminates the movie set, and it poisons the marriage. It is the insidious, creeping decay of a hidden addiction. For years, this man, this hero, harbored a devastating secret, an enslavement to digital consumption. It was his dirty little secret, a corrosive vice that tightened its grip in the solitude of the night. This wasn't a casual habit. This was a dependency so profound it began to unravel the magnificent tapestry of his life. The struggle was a silent war fought behind closed doors, a betrayal of the very vitality that made him shine. It was a cycle of despair where day turned into night, and the screen remained the sole, desperate focus. He kept it hidden from his partner, his children, his peers. Secrecy was the oxygen that allowed this sickness to grow, metastasizing until the consequences became unavoidable. The spotlight shines brightest on those who seem to have captured it all. Imagine an individual a titan of the screen, a sculpted monument to peak physical conditioning, a face synonymous with laughter and charisma. He possesses the perfect smile, the formidable physique, the wealth, the fame. He is, to the outside world, the very embodiment of the high-value man. He is applauded, adored, a blueprint for success. He has it all, or so it seems. But what if I told you this rock of a man, this icon of strength, was secretly drowning? What if the same discipline that carved his physique failed him utterly in the silent corners of his private life? There is a darkness that does not announce itself with outward signs of poverty or disarray. It nests in the mansion, it contaminates the movie set, and it poisons the marriage. It is the insidious, creeping decay of a hidden, digital addiction. For years, this man, this public hero, harbored a devastating secret, an enslavement to illicit digital consumption. It was his dirty little secret, a corrosive vice that tightened its grip in the solitude of the night. This wasn't a casual habit. This was a dependency so profound it began to unravel the magnificent tapestry of his life. The struggle was a silent war fought behind closed doors, a betrayal of the very vitality that made him shine. He was living a paradox. Externally, a picture of mastery. Internally, a slave to his own impulses. This digital vice became a solitary, consuming obsession. The essence of the addiction lay in its secrecy. He kept it hidden from his partner, his children, his peers. Secrecy was the oxygen that allowed this sickness to grow, metastasizing until the consequences became unavoidable. The internet, that vast anonymous void, became the enabler of his most profound failure. He described a pattern recognizable to any soul trapped in a compulsive cycle. If day turns into night and you are still consuming, you have a problem. This addiction affected everything: his presence, his spirit, his availability to those he loved. The ultimate price was nearly the complete loss of his most sacred bond. The love of his life looked at him one day and uttered the words every soul fears: "I don't know you anymore. I'm out of here." This devastating moment was the violent, jarring realization that the external facade of success meant nothing when the inner foundation was crumbling. The man of steel was facing the end of everything he cherished. That catastrophe was the catalyst. He realized the problem wasn't merely a bad habit. It was a major, major problem requiring a radical change. He had to change because the alternative was the destruction of his family and himself. This realization led him to seek professional help. He went to therapy and even admitted himself into rehabilitation for an addiction many in society still deny is real. He couldn't beat it alone. The solitary struggle had only deepened his captivity. The central pillars of his healing centered on awareness and self-honesty. He learned that he needed to become profoundly aware of his emotional landscape. This meant knowing how he felt, knowing where he was in a particular moment. He had to recognize when he was depressed, when he was sad, or when he felt truly alone. His emotional low points, he realized, were the very triggers, the vulnerabilities, that opened the door to his destructive impulse. The digital escape became a substitute for authentic emotional processing. When his heart was broken, when disappointment struck, or when life failed to deliver what he expected, he sought the immediate, false comfort of the screen. It was an emotional compensation mechanism, akin to an emotional eater grabbing food when lonely. For him, the void was filled not with sustenance, but with the ephemeral, diminishing returns of digital indulgence. This points to a fundamental truth of masculine vitality. The failure to transmute emotional pain and disappointment is the failure to achieve self-mastery. The pain must be faced, not bypassed. Crucially, he had to confront the paralyzing weight of shame. Guilt is the recognition, I did a bad thing. Guilt is useful. It signals that you have hurt someone and prompts correction. But shame is the poison that whispers, you are bad. Shame attacks your very being, your identity. And when you believe you are fundamentally flawed, the outcome is self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you are bad, you will act accordingly. There seems to be no way out, leading to the fatalistic thinking, forget it, I might as well just keep using. The paradigm must be changed. His redemption hinged on a single, powerful, internal shift. He had to believe that, fundamentally, he was good. This was the crack in the egg, the moment the light entered. He realized he didn't want to be the person who hurt his family. He realized the good within him was what was struggling to get out. By embracing this belief in his inherent worth, he found the strength to reject the impulses that previously controlled him. The entire internal structure of his character had to be rebuilt on a foundation of self-acceptance, not self-loathing. This profound struggle shatters a common societal stereotype. The addict is not always the odd-looking, low-status, unkempt figure we often picture. He was hooked for years, while making tons of money, while securing major film roles, while maintaining a shredded superhuman physique. He was a millionaire, walking among us, dying on the inside. This proves that external success, career achievement, wealth, physical fitness, social standing is no guarantee of actualization, happiness, or fulfillment. Do not be deceived by the appearances of your peers on social media. They may be traveling the world, look incredible, and appear completely happy, all while secretly battling a crippling vice. You have less than a 1% idea of what is truly consuming them internally. Hidden struggles do not discriminate based on race, wealth, or language. This is a real addiction, a real problem, and it will not simply evaporate because you made more money or went on a vacation. It doesn't disappear just because you hit the gym. That is like saying an open wound will heal if you just start painting. An absurd notion. An injury only gets better when you bring awareness to it and genuinely seek out how to fix and prevent it in the future. This is where the ancient wisdom of inner discipline intersects with modern recovery. The root problem is the constant externalization of energy and the failure to harness one's own life force. The practice of vitality, retention of holding, and transmuting. One's primal energy is directly opposed to the mindset of instant gratification and impulsive release that fuels addiction. The man enslaved to the screen is constantly leaking his spiritual and physical power. He is trading lasting vitality for momentary, digital relief. Semen retention is not merely a physical act. It is the ultimate mental exercise in delayed gratification and the channeling of powerful, creative energy. When a man practices this self-mastery, he is building an internal reservoir of power. He is teaching himself that he is not a slave to his lowest, most fleeting urges. He learns to transmute the energy that previously was wasted into focus, discipline, charisma, and presence, the very qualities the high-value man is supposed to embody. The man in the spotlight had to learn this the hard way, by literally stopping the leak. By denying the impulse, he was able to stop the flow of energy to the addiction and redirect it back into his authentic life. The awareness he gained in therapy identifying the sadness, the loneliness is the moment he starts holding the line against impulse. If the energy is not wasted in digital escapism, it remains within the system, forcing him to confront the underlying emotional pain and solve the problem instead of escaping it. This internal discipline is the same discipline that allows a man to say no to the quick dopamine hit and yes to the long, difficult process of deep emotional healing. The man who retains his seed also retains his focus, his willpower, and his inherent value. He is no longer acting out of scarcity and desperation, but out of internal abundance. This transformation is the true path to becoming the sovereign individual, the man who is the undisputed ruler of his own body, mind, and spirit. His story is a powerful, undeniable testament. Real success is not found in the size of the bank account or the sharpness of the jawline, but in the unyielding strength of one's sovereign will. The addict shatters the stereotype that outward perfection guarantees inner peace. Your success in one department is merely a distraction if the engine of your spirit is starved of authentic energy. Do not be deceived by the smiling faces on your screen. Real victory is an inner achievement. It is the quiet discipline of saying no to the impulse and yes to your highest potential. If this video gave you real value, tap the thanks button. Your support helps me keep creating deeper content like this. Every thanks is a spark that keeps this mission alive. Your support means more than you know. The final lesson is one of hope and action. The cycle of shame and self-destruction can be broken. The path to freedom begins with the brutal honesty of acknowledging the secret struggle and the courageous act of seeking help. It continues with the conscious decision to internalize your power, to stop the leak, and to embrace the principle that you are fundamentally good. The journey from a celebrity enslaved to a man liberated is the blueprint for every individual looking to transcend their vices and step into their true, untainted power. This is the hidden key to unlocking the power of the vital man. Mastery of self, not mastery of the stage. The light must first shine within.